Marshall Harris.
Hey, Luke, you're coming up on game number 18, which is the official quarter pole of the NBA season. I'm just curious as to when you kind of look at where you are now versus maybe your expectations out of the gate with everything being a little bit, a lot different. How do you feel like your team is exceeded or not met up to those expectations that you and the coaching staff have?
Yeah, I think that we like where we're at right now as a group. We've done a nice job of coming together in a tough situation, and we like the growth that we've seen from the start of the season till now. And we look at it. The way we're approaching it is more those first 15 games, and now we had it. Then we had a little break, and now we're looking into these next 15. For the same type of improvement that we've had since the start of the season. So we're going to have a lot of good opportunities. The schedule is going to get tough. We got some back-to-backs and road trips and things like that are going to be challenging, but all great opportunities for us as a group.
It's kind of ridiculous, but the fact is that you've seen Marvin more this year than you had in all of last season already. Just having him healthy for 17 games and kind of, seeing the progress that he's made through 17 games, how excited are you? And are you surprised at all that he's been as good as he has been from beyond the arc? Because obviously him being a spacer is so important to what you're trying to do. He's shooting 35%.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with how quickly he's picking things up. And it's been great to have him for these 17 games, and it is wild to think that this is more than we had him all of last season. But I've said since day one he's going to be able to score, he's going to be able to rebound. We have to get him out there to go through the experiences of NBA basketball and coverages and timing and what we're looking for, and that takes time. And him and us have a long way to go still. But within this first group of games, there's some serious improvement that he's made on some of those things we're looking for. And we're going to keep working with him on it. And the better he gets, the better we'll get. So it's going to, it's a priority for us.
James Ham.
Yeah, Luke, kind of sticking with Marvin there. I think talent is almost a bad word in the NBA. And so is patience. But just how much do you guys have to show patience, and do you have to ask others to show patience when it comes to Marvin, just because of the way that his career has gone so far?
Well, I think that unfortunately the league has become very it's now. What can you do for me now, James? And it's a lot of these guys are coming in the league very young. And this was something that, young players used to not even play at all in the league unless you were the number one pick, and you'd come in as a rookie and wait and learn and everything else. And now we're ready to judge and give up on young players, but then they're not even 22 years old type of thing. So, we have to be patient. He hasn't had the experience he needs. He's still a very young player. He's a very willing learner. He's a very talented player, and it takes time. You look at just in my short coaching career with some of these guys, you see what Julius Randle is as he's continues to grow into a player. Brandon Ingram, Jordan Clarkson, like these guys it takes time, and it's not just saying we have to be patient with Marvin. We have to be patient with pretty much 95% of every young player that comes into our league. It's good to have at least the understanding of that.
Is there a light bulb that's gone on for you with him where you're seeing him start to understand the game in a different way?
Yeah, there for sure. And he's making more and more plays that we need to see. We need, and again, this isn't just Marvin. We need our team to make these type of plays more and more. He's leading our team in charge taking. He had a really nice, kick out to Corey Joseph in the corner last night. And then there's other plays where, he had a swing to Fox where, it's a good shot for you, but, we're looking to get great shots every time. So there, there's examples of that, but as long as we keep seeing the effort that he wants to grow and get better, and then him actually doing those things in the games, we're going to be very happy with his progress and what he brings to our team.
Joe Davidson with the B.
Hi, Luke. Speaking of, you get a young guy in Marvin, but you got a veteran in Harrison Barnes. Are you pleased with what you're seeing? He looks like he's playing some of his best ball in his career. He's a leader. He could do a lot of things. What do you think of him so far?
Yeah, he's been great. He's been absolutely great. We need him to continue to look to be more aggressive. Even last night, fantastic game for him. And there was 5 or 6 clips to show him today that was, we want you shooting this too. Keep going. Like, if you're having an off shooting night, I get it, but most games he shot a pretty high percentage. So for us to have success, we need him to continue to be aggressive, and we don't want him being a ball hog, but a lot of those shots are good looks for him that we feel confident he can knock down. His rebounding, his defense, he's been very steady for us, especially in games that we've had success in.
What about Holmes? Would Holmes be the guy when you played that you'd hate to, he's the guy that's always going to give you elbows in practice? I mean, he's one of those guys you're glad to have on your side because he's relentless. He's always there, and there's always room for a grunt guy like that. Huh?
Yeah, he's done a really nice job over the last year and a half of making himself extremely valuable to our group, and he brings the energy, the communication, the toughness. And, a lot of nights as a starting center, he's overmatched from a size standpoint. And you see the Knicks game, he had 6 blocks. I think he's always finding a way to help his team make a play on both ends of the court. So we love what he's done for us, and really happy to see him having that success with all the hard work he's put in.
Jason Jones.
Hey, good afternoon, Coach.
Jason.
Hey, just would you look at your starting lineup? De'Aaron missed a chunk of time last year. Marvin missed most of the year, and then Rashawn missed a chunk of time. So how do you see that group's chemistry coming together, considering that group really never got a chance to be together for an extended part last season?
Yeah, they've made some very very solid progress from how they're playing, and from starting to feel each other, and communicate with each other. I think part of the reason we had some end of season success last year is that starting group of Bogey, Belly, Harrison, Fox, and Rashawn in or out. Harry was in there a little bit too. Like there's that communication where they're all making each other better. And that's what you need out of your groups that play heavy minutes together. And that's something that this group, to your point, Jason, I see them starting to understand that and starting to do that, starting to talk during timeouts. Hey, they're guarding you like this, so look to do that. Things that you need your players to get done on the court, because we're going to try to push it. We only have so many timeouts, so a lot of that has to come on the move. And we're starting to see a little bit of that, Jason. And now we got to get a lot more of it. But it's, seeing some of it is exciting as a coaching staff.
And for Harrison, you talk about him getting more shots and being more aggressive. Just look at his career. He goes to Golden State, where you got 3-4 all-stars around him. Then he goes to Dallas, and now he's here. Is that a difficult thing to kind of train yourself to say, you know what? I'm used to being a guy who fills in and does whatever's needed, but now I need to be more aggressive? Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely a change of mindset. I don't think Harrison, when he was in Dallas, they ran a lot. They ran a lot of that offense through him there. For Harrison, I think just the way he processes and his brain works is, look, I want to make sure that every time we get a good shot. So sometimes that means me not taking a quick 3 when they go under my, DHO action. And he's not wrong. So it's just more of for him, I think, embracing the idea that, this team needs me to be aggressive, to look to any opportunity I have to score, to look to take those, and not so much let the game just come, but aggressively going into each game. So he has it in him. I know he does, and I know he's not afraid of playing that way. I think his is more of that balance of trying to play the right way and taking good shots every time. And I mean, it's why he shoots such a good percentage. Most of the shots he takes are pretty good shots. So we just need to continue to get him to look to be aggressive down there.
Luke, following up on that with Harrison, how does he respond to that challenge when you guys are showing him those moments?
Yeah, he likes it. He's into it. He gets it. So yeah, we're on the same page with that.
Yeah, I asked that because, I mean, like Jason mentioned, those previous stops, even though he was around All-Stars in Golden State, I always remember them telling us, like, no, we would like him to be more selfish.
Yeah. Listen, you'd much rather have to tell someone to be more selfish than to actually, than they're being too selfish, right? Like, you want guys that are unselfish basketball players that play for each other, that are willing to make the extra pass. So I'll take that for sure. That personality.
And as you guys come in tomorrow, how much of the lessons from that previous game against Toronto, which I imagine probably sticks out like a sore thumb for you guys, how much do you want that to carry in? Because that was one of those games where you have such an incredible start to that game offensively, but then it really deteriorates.
Yeah, well, it'll be a great opportunity to see how much we've grown, because tomorrow is going to turn. I mean, this Toronto team, they're shooting. Feels like every night you look, they're getting up close to 53s. They're playing small lineups. They're pushing the ball in transition. They got two dominant guards in Van Fleet and Lowry. So if we can't individually guard, they're going to play a lot of 5-out basketball tomorrow. If we cannot guard our men and they're breaking us down and they're getting driving kicks, they're going to be a tough team to beat. And really the only chance we'll have is if we're red hot offensively too. But we have to be, and we've talked about that a lot as a group, we got to be able to guard our men, keep them in front of us in one-on-one situations. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. And, look, I know this Toronto team, even last night, they missed a bunch of open looks, but they could have won that game very easily last night had some of those shots gone down for them. They got a lot of firepower over there. I don't hear anything. Is that it? Can you guys hear me? Is anyone talking?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. Sorry. Tony, do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question, Coach Walton, if you don't mind. Hassan Whiteside, since you were able to regain his services, and I would have to say, to his credit, his attitude about playing in the NBA has changed a lot, since he's been in the league about 9 or 10 years, and he started off with the Sacramento Kings. And of course, many of us.
Oh, I think we lost him.
Yeah, it went silent. I don't hear anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. I'm having problems like that. But real quick, Hassan does definitely change the dynamics of the game for you out there on the floor. Could you, comment on what you see from opposing teams when he step out there to play against them, to defend against them?
Yeah, I mean, he gives us some rim protection and size. I mean, he's, we love having him back. His teammates love having him out there on the court with them. And there's a physicality that he brings just by his natural size and understanding of the defensive end that gives our group confidence. So we're thrilled to have him back.